going over our warm up, and then we can continue on our projects. Today we are going to, oh, I'm sorry, Ashley, I guess you can start recording now. I'm just gonna talk about the projects we have today.
Okay, I'll start.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so today we will be learning how to do a candy cane holder. We are gonna write on the spine of some books. Last month we did book covers, and this month I thought we should just write directly on the spine, and then next month I'll go back to book covers for another Christmas quote. And then also I thought it would be nice so that we can spend a little bit more time. I'm gonna create the Christmas countdown here. Okay, so let's just go ahead and do our basic strokes to warm up. Okay, we have our entrance stroke, upstroke, go all the way up, downstroke, overturn stroke, underturn, compound curve, let's throw an extra one in there, a reverse compound curve, oval, reverse oval, ascending loop, and a descending loop. If you want to do a few more, you can. And then if it is your first time here to the calligraphy class, I do not go over the beginner packet, but I will take time after class to answer any questions you may have, or I can even go over some basic things in the packet if you'd like, but feel free to unmute yourself, ask any questions then, or even ask any questions throughout the class. But today, since it is our advanced class, we're going to focus more on our projects. So first, let me see. I just wanted, oh, actually, I forgot. We're going to do our worksheet. I'm getting too caught up in the projects. And we're going to work on our November worksheet to continue our warm-up. I'm going to grab a tracing paper. Okay. First, we have letter H, uppercase copper plate, letter H, in 3 strokes. The first stroke is a compound curve. The main stem, universal line of beauty. And then this third stroke looks like an extended H that crosses through. Starts on the bottom left, crosses over, falls, and looks like a letter L. I found sometimes starting with the second stroke might help. So creating the main stem. going backwards and doing the compound curve, and then go to the third stroke that looks like a letter L. So let me show you how that looks. Main stroke, compound curve, extended letter L. And then you want to make sure that these two stay parallel. It's easy to over curve it or make it too far. So here to me, I feel this is a little bit separated. So I can go practice again. And keep it a little closer. Whoop, too close. But you get the idea. Just play around with it until you feel comfortable. And like I always say, sketch first. If you're going to be doing a bigger project using this, any uppercase, always use a pencil, sketch it out, erase, and draw it how you like. Second is our lowercase calligraphy in 3 strokes, entrance, ascending in a compound curve, ascending loop, compound curve. Pretty simple, 3 strokes. Remember to lift your pen after every stroke for the proper separation. And always practice entrance and exit strokes so you're always prepared for the second letter. Okay. Here I just changed the drop the compound curve and extended the exit stroke. Kind of gave it a bounce look here. And instead of doing it separate, my entrance and ascending loop is combined. Drop the compound curve for a bounce. Okay, grab a monoline pen. Could use something like this or just a regular pen that you have laying around to create flourishes. So I like to design these or be able to show the flourishes without any cross through. If you're in a situation where you're just creating flourishes to fill it in, of course, you can definitely make a cross stroke there because then it will get filled in. But if you want to design it openly to fill it in with color doodles, you would skip through the cross lines. So with this letter H, when I created the 2 downstrokes, I created the outer line or so for example, I created the line that I will stop. So what I mean is I'm not gonna go this way, leave it open and come this way when it's a lot easier for me to close it, stop there so that there's no interruption with the stop and begin, and then add the line outside. Do the second line, looks like a letter L, connected, extended, exit, and then come on the inside, connected in the middle. So same thing for the smaller H. I created the inner line so that it can touch there and then added the open line on the outside. I hope that makes sense. And then again, like I mentioned, if you're just creating foligraphy, go ahead and cross through. If not, you can fill it in with some colors or even create some ombre designs, add some doodles. If it's Christmas, add some Christmas lights to your design. Just depends on what you're working with or what you're using the letters for. A little quote, a little fall weather quote here. Sweater weather.
Okay, I got in.
Oh, good. You're there?
Yes,
All right. Enjoy.
thank you. You have a blessed day. Bye. Um,
Excuse me, we have no sound. We can't hear anything.
Oh, can you hear me now? Hello? Hello?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, perfect.
I can. I don't know about others.
Okay. Everybody, yes, okay. Comments are saying they can hear me now. Okay, good. Okay. Well, I was asking if y'all had any questions about the previous worksheet before I move on. Okay. So for this, for these 3 projects that we're gonna do, I just want to do a quick warm up of the words that I was gonna practice. Write in my project. So that's always a good idea. Anytime you're gonna start a project. So for example, the books. Well, I know what I want to write. So let me just go on a piece of paper and practice and get my hand warmed up prior to actually writing on the book. So first I'm just going to practice these words, but of course in calligraphy. You're more than welcome to follow along with any pen and paper you have. So again, this is a quote that I plan to write on my books. Maybe you have a different quote, you can practice yours. And then this is a quote that I plan to do on my wood. So I'm going to just practice days until Christmas. So I'm thinking I want to write days. Let me see. Straight. Hey. I don't like the way that looks. So I think I want to just do all caps. So this is why it's always good to practice so you don't ruin your projects. I'm in class. Nice. Okay. And then on my candy cane, last week, I wrote the word gravy. So let's do turkey for my practice. So these are the 3 quotes that I am going to work with today. I'm going to start off by doing the candy cane holder, showing you how I did it. Okay, so I was initially thinking of using hot glue, but then I don't have the glue. I don't have the sticks, but I have the gun. But then later thought, oh, well, it's gonna melt. If you want to eat them, not gonna work. But if you plan to just have them on display, I'm sure the glue would be fine for a little while. But I ended up going with tape. So let's use some colored candy cane today on this one. So I start by wrapping just 2, putting it flat on the table. I would have liked to have this tape longer so that I can come and wrap the 3rd candy cane around. And it's okay. Oh, you know what? You didn't even see that. I'm sorry. Okay, let me do it like this. So I'm standing it so that I make sure, but you can see me do it like this. And I was saying it's okay how much tape you use because it's going to end up being covered with the ribbon. Make adjustments as needed. There we go. There'll be nice table placemats above your plate where your guests will be sitting, or at the food table, which that's what I am doing today, a turkey sign. I like to just fold my bow directly off the spool so that I can cut the tail to match. Okay, I'm happy with this. So there's two options. You can actually wrap it around. Or put it directly in front. Okay, that's my candy cane holder. And then just using last week's paper as a guide, I actually got a card, a debit card, and used it as my outline. But for reference, the card is about 3¼ by about 2. I'm sorry, 1 second. I normally have a babysitter, not today. Sorry, guys. Okay, any questions on the candy cane holder?
No.
Okay, great. All right, so let's move on to the Christmas countdown. So in this project, I already have a pre-made ribbon for the top. I'm going to show you what to do to make this get set up for chalk. I already pre-measured. I wanted, or yeah, pre-thought what size, and I went ahead and decided I want a 4x4 size. I'm going to use my Sharpie oil pen to write on the wood sign. And I have a piece of chalk for the black paper. I'm looking for my smaller ruler. Give me a second. Oh, there it is. Okay. So I know I want a 4x4. Okay. And first I'm going to season it just so that I don't have any problems with the cuts. I'll do it on the back of this. So in order to season it, and this will be a great time for me to give my chalk a cleaner point, and simply just marking over the whole entire paper. It's the same way you would season a real chalkboard. And the reason you want to season it is so that your letters don't stain. Oh, losing my line there. Didn't think about that. To me, my square looks a little crooked, so I'm going to use the edges to make sure it's lined up properly. I think this would also work good with hot glue, but since I don't have it, I'm just gonna go with basic glue. And then when I put it on display, I'll either get some other type of adhesive. But for today's class, this should do. Okay. Okay. Next, I'm gonna write the word days until Christmas. Working with the oil pen, you want to have a plastic surface available just to, so that you can write, to keep the flow of the oil pen going. So plastic paper here, plastic plate, anything that won't, non-absorbent surface. So what I want to do is start with the word Christmas and then place the word days until. So actually, moving ahead of myself, and I am going to use a chalk pencil just in case I make a mistake. So it looks like I might have to just do one layer and come back, because once this oil dries, I can, well, no, see, I don't want it to lift. It's a tough one. Looks like you just have to work with it as you go. There it goes. Ooh. As long as you keep a pool of ink over here, it should work. Okay, 37 days till Christmas. You can only start this December 1st, but for today's date, Okay, any questions on this project before we move on?
No.
Okay. So I think maybe if you have acrylic paint, this might help a little bit better. And then it just always depends on what you're using as your base. Okay. So next I want to write on the spine of my book. And then I found that it pretty much is paper, so you can use a thick calligraphy pen to write on it. Sketch this one out too. That's a tough one because it's all right. Tough one. There it is.